Busted, another week into pre-season, more time on the grass with the boys. I mean, first off, just how have things been going this week off the back of what have been two quite difficult tests in the past couple of weeks against Sunderland and Newcastle here?
It's been really good, to be honest. We obviously had the game against Newcastle on Saturday, which gave us a lot to analyse and a lot to look back on. Obviously, the opposition was such a high standard that anything that we needed to sort of look at was highlighted. So Mike's been big out on the out of possession stuff this week in terms of drilling the boys where they need to be in relation to where the ball is when we haven't got it, and just how we're going to defend in different areas of the pitch. So a lot of it's been done in the classroom, and then we've went up and implemented it on the training ground as well. And then today we've looked at a little bit more sort of finishing the attack off stuff with the attackers, and Louis and Mike have took the defenders to work on the separate part of the game. So it's been really good. It's a lot of information for the boys. It's really full on at the minute, but you don't get a lot of time to do it during the season because you play sort of Saturday or Tuesday, then you analyse the game. You're trying to work on stuff during the game. So pre-season is so important to get all your ideas and all your concepts and your principles in, because as I say, you really need to overload the information before the season starts, so then through the season you just drip feeding little bits and it doesn't get too much for them in season.
And when you look back and I suppose compare where you're at in the scheme of pre-season at the minute compared to previous seasons, do you feel like you've been able to maybe get a little further along a little earlier? I mean, from supporters' point of view, they probably think it seems a little bit quiet at the minute, but that's probably just because you got quite a lot of stuff done earlier on than you've been able to in the past.
Yeah, obviously different pre-seasons throw up different challenges. Last season we got a lot of injuries. We're still a really young coach and staff, so we're learning all the time. Every pre-season we feel like we're learning new things and we're getting better. This pre-season we got all our recruitment done really early. We got our players in, and we had targets at the end of last season who we wanted to bring in, and we were able to get them targets done. So there was no reason to go out and look and push for the players when we were able to get the recruitment done early, and that's been perfect for us because we've now had the boys sort of in for 4 weeks, giving them our ideas, our concepts, how we want to play, and they've really sort of engaged in what we're trying to do. So it's been I would say our best pre-season, to be honest, in terms of detail that we've wanted to get into the boys. They're a joy to watch at times when we get in our flow up on the training pitch. It's just a pleasure to watch, and we've got such a good group again in terms of off the field, and we're really excited on the field as well because we feel that we want to excite fans, and we want to play a style of football what everyone wants to watch, and we want to score loads of goals, we want to attack, we want shots on target, and we feel that the players that we've got are going to do that, so we're all really excited.
And looking to Friday's sort of continuation of pre-season, of course a short trip across the borough to Dunston on the evening, but as well he's got a bit more of a training game kind of earlier on in the afternoon, so I imagine sort of split squads across those. But how are you sort of looking at those two games, and especially does that just give you a bit of a better chance at the minute to get as many minutes into everyone as possible? Obviously the Newcastle and Sunderland games, for example, some lads are kind of getting 45 minutes and stuff. Is this just a better chance to get as many minutes as possible into everyone?
Yeah, so tomorrow we'll be looking to get 90 minutes in the majority of boys. We've got two separate teams going, one going to Middlesbrough, then one going to Dunston on the night, and the whole idea is just that we can get 90 minutes into a lot of our players who haven't had it yet. Obviously you get to that point now where you want 2 or 3 90 minutes in boys before the season starts, and we're only 2 weeks away now. We've only got Tuesday, Friday games, and then the weekend after the season starts. So it's predominantly just to get minutes in boys. Obviously with the minutes, it's not just about fitness, it's making sure that everyone understands what we're asking them to do, and over a 90-minute period as well. So obviously fatigue will set in and stuff, and it's whether the boys can still have that focus and have that understanding of what we're trying to do from minute one and what we're trying to do in the last minute, which shouldn't look any different. Obviously the game flows and ebbs in different ways, but our concepts and our principles should be the same in the first minute as they are in the 95th minute, and it's a good test for us to look at that with boys getting 90 minutes.
And looking a little further ahead, I say a little further ahead, but it's not really that long until the actual league season starts, and you've got a home game up first, which you haven't really had for a little while. It seems to have been starting seasons on the road recently, so is it nice at least for you to be here for the first game of the season rather than travelling all over the place like you seem to usually be?
Yeah, last season was Dagenham away, and I think that was perfect for us because Dagenham is such a big club, and I think it was really good for us to go there, and obviously there was the increase of fans from what we used to and stuff, so it was just a really good atmosphere. So we really enjoyed going away at the first game last year. It was kind of like we'd arrived in the league, but we always we play at home. I've talked about it loads, how much we love playing here and how much we love playing in front of our supporters, and we couldn't have asked for a tougher test. We were playing against such a hard team who consistently do well in the league. They've got a really good manager who sets them out so well. They're littered with quality players at this level, so we're going to have to make sure that we hit the ground running, because ultimately we want to carry that momentum into the season. We don't want to be in a situation where we were last year where we're trying to claw back points. We want to be really pushing on and on that front foot from the first day. So we want to try and attack the game. We want to attack the league. And as I say, we're really excited by what we've built over the last sort of 5 years, and we keep developing our game plan and our game model. And there'll be some changes this year from last year, and hopefully it's all just to improve the process and make sure that we don't come away from who we are and what we are, and we stick to our way of playing.
And you touch on that building aspect, building off the pitch as well as on it, with Dale Walker coming in to help on the goalkeeping side of things. Obviously in previous seasons it's been more of a case where the substitute keeper's been taking the warm-up and doing a bit of coaching on the side really, but how much of a progression is it for you to now have someone through the door who's a dedicated coach on that side of things?
Yeah, it makes a big difference. Obviously, the last couple of years we've had Monty, who was goalkeeper coaching, and Monty's going to have an unbelievable career in front of him in terms of goalkeeper coaching. He's such a good coach, he's such a good person, so he's obviously someone who means a lot to the football club, and he's been unbelievable. But at times it was hard for him because he wants to still play, he wants to be number one, and he wants to coach, so sometimes we were probably asking a little bit much from him, to be honest, but he's done unbelievable, and can't thank him enough for his time. But Dale's come in now, and he's really committed, he's really dedicated, he's got a lot of attention to detail. He wants everything done right. He's going to be working with the college and the younger boys, and also he's going to be working with the first team goalkeepers as well. And it just shows how far the club's went. The club's grown all the time. Chris Bell's done an unbelievable job of building a sports science department now. So we've got S&C coaches, we've got analysts, we've got nutritionists, we've got psychologists, and that's just down to Chris creating a relationship with the college and the club from when sort of Mike took the job to where it is now. It is just chalk and cheese. We try and make it work with the resources we have, but we do have a duty to try and grow the club, so whenever we leave, whenever that is, that the club's in a stronger position than when we took it over. And obviously there's no thoughts of that at the minute. We love the journey, and we want to take the football club as far as we come, but it is important that we make sure we keep building off the pitch as well as just on the pitch as well.